Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. Got another awesome game for you here today. And we've jumped... We had like one or two games where we played Zerg, and then it's just like, you know what? Back to Protoss and Terran. And actually, I think the new tournament, it was like, oh, I can't remember what it was. It started with A. It was like the... Not the Aces, it was something else. I can't remember what it's called, but... Anyway, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, it was basically all Terran and Protoss players. So there weren't many Zergs at the end of the tournament. So, yeah, that is why we've got so many Protoss and Terran players. It's simply because they didn't last very long in that tournament. But anyway, let's introduce the players, since I've been talking too much about all that other crap. So, down the bottom right side of the map, it is going to be Dia. He is 19 years old, from South Korea, plays for the Mouse Sports team. There it is, Mouse Sports right there. And yeah, he's doing a pretty good job over here, getting the Cyber Core up nice and fast. Pretty standard play. His opponent, up the top left side of the map, is going to be Apocalypse. He is from South Korea, and he plays for the IVD gaming team. I assume this is IVD, it might be LVD, but yeah, I don't know. That's been a mystery for some time now, so we're just going to have to go with it. So, SCV coming out, gets a bit of a scout. Pro goes straight after him, obviously going to chase him away. Both players going pretty standard stuff. We've got the engineering bay going down here. That will be actually a pain in the ass, although once the Zealot gets out, should be able to be taken out pretty quickly. And I wouldn't say it's the biggest cause for trouble either, because, I mean, if against a Zerg player, yeah, definitely you want to get a fast expansion as a Protoss. Against a Terran player, it doesn't matter too much. Obviously, it's the main reason Apocalypse put it down is because he's going for a fast expansion. But, I mean, Dia really wasn't thinking about it. I mean, looking at the amount of minerals he's got, he really wasn't thinking about it. So, I'm guessing he's going to start thinking about it now. I mean, the fact that Apocalypse blocked Dia's expansion is going to tell him, you know, it's a very, very strong indication that Apocalypse blocked it because he wants to get a lead on the economy, and that means that he was probably getting his own expansion. So Dia doesn't even need to scout this. He pretty much knows there's an expansion coming down right now, and so straight away he saves up, he gets his own Nexus. That may not have been his plan before, but as soon as he saw the the engineering bay go down at the front of his base, that is exactly what he knew he had to do. So there we go. Got a Stalker coming out there, as well as a Zealot and a Mothership Core. A nice trifecta of starting Protoss units. See exactly what they can do. Two more Marines coming down. This Stalker is going to have to run for it. Zealots may be enough to sort of buy some time, but no, with the bunker down, not going to work all that well. Time Warp slowing them down from getting back into the bunker. Manages to kill one of them. The other two retreat pretty safely. Zealot actually going to be going nuts on the workers, so very, very nice. Marine coming out, but the Mothership Core should be able to deal with individual Marines coming out one at a time, and the Stalker just at the back, just waiting for the Marines to come out. The Marines have come out. Stalker needs to get into the play. There it goes, and the Marines jumping right back into the bunker. So it's very, very hard for them to get any sort of traction on here. We've got a bunch of Marines coming out now, and these guys are actually going to be trying to kill the Mothership Core. They do not want this guy to just be going nuts on the workers all over the place. They're going to be scaring that away. He's got no health at all. He's going to have to run for it. The Zealot going on here might be able to repair it. Does look like it. And the Marines are now going to be completely free to wipe out this Zealot. They're even lowering the supply depot. I don't know whether they needed to do that, but with 4 Marines, definitely going to be fine. But we've already got the Oracle coming out for Dia and Warpgate Tech. It's nice that these things show up in the split 1v1 thingamabob. That is the interface I'm using. It's called Split 1v1. It used to be a manual download, but I think it's included in the Blizzard stuff at the moment. I think so anyway, I can't remember. So yes, if you want to be casting replays or watching replays of stuff using this interface, it's called Split 1v1. And Asus ROG, that's the name of the tournament right there. Okay, so all good, now we know what it's called. The Choice of Champions. So yes, Oracle coming in. Oh, missile turret already there. Apocalypse, very, very nicely played there. Very nicely played. We've got a pylon coming down, so Dia thinking about going for a ton of aggression. Obviously the Oracles were going to be a part of that attack, but Not so much anymore with the missile turrets all over the place. Council of the Pylon is going to be running for it. The Oracle has to go in, has to check it out. Sees another missile turret. Might be able to kill 1 or 2 workers, but that's probably about it. The Marine Marauder push doing quite a bit of damage, and Deer falling back a little bit, but he's still committed to keeping control of the map. And we can see that with that Pylon, he's continuing to push out there. He's got a fair amount of forces. Not much that he can really throw against Apocalypse at the moment. He needs a lot more Zealots, and he needs potentially Zealot speed to be able to tackle those guys nice and quick. So, yeah. I mean, for now, I think Apocalypse is in a very good position. He's a little bit behind on the workers, only about 4, which is negligible pretty much. And we just managed to kill a worker who was trying to build one of these things. Barracks has slowed that down a little bit and pulled a lot of the forces back. So now he might potentially be able to come in here. But no, Apocalypse still down here and still going to be taking advantage right now. Do these guys have an upgrade? No, not yet. And these guys are about to get level 1 upgrade, so it's not going to be looking good. I mean, they've almost got the bunker down, but not quite. Look at that thing, got repaired in like 2 seconds flat. And all those Zealots, man, just went in there, pretty much just got wasted trying to take that bunker down. Did not happen. I mean, this is so solid right here. This is a very, very solid defense. And Deer is going to need some serious firepower to actually go in there and breach that gap. So, I mean, for now, he can stop Apocalypse from being able to safely grab a 3rd base. But that's about all he can do. I don't think there's any chance of him running in here. I mean, even Zealots with legs are not going to help that much, because Apocalypse seems to be very, very fast as far as actually repairing this, as far as getting the workers out there. Repairing it ASAP. He's actually leaving 3 SCVs out there just in case. So, I don't know if he needs to do that, leave the workers out there. I mean, if your micro is good enough, you can take them back to the mineral line and then just push them out there. And of course, if you leave them out there, then they can get sniped by the Stalkers as they run in, but yes, Deer is got to be thinking about something. He's getting 1 Void Ray out. I don't know if this is going to be a heavy Void Ray push. I would guess not. Just a little bit of Void Rays mixed in with the army. Going to be great for taking out Medivacs. Going to be great for taking out Marauders. Going to be great for a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, that should be good. We've actually got a Void Ray out the side here. Wow, if this Void Ray actually hits that Medivac, that is going to be phenomenally good for Deer. But I think he's going to need a little bit of luck to actually make this happen. Oh man, I cannot. I thought my voice was getting better, but it's starting to get croaky again. I don't know what's wrong with it. So, ooh, actually circles all the way around the Void Ray. Going to come in here, just going to be dropping off some stuff. Deer not in the best position to really knock this back. He's got most of his army over here, which is going to be good. Overcharges the Nexus straight away, and this thing is going to go too fast. I don't think the Void Ray is going to get it. Man, that was close. The Medevac's so fast, but the Void Ray does so much damage when it's overcharged, and that was really, really nasty. But yeah, I mean, he needs to get some stuff out. He's got the High Templar, he's got the Storms on the way. So give him about 3 or 4 minutes, and Deer will be in a good position. I mean, the Storms will definitely even out the playing field, and will allow him to get a little bit of advantage back on his own, because right now I don't think he has an advantage. I think right now that Apocalypse has been very, very good at everything he's done so far, and Deer, while he hasn't really made any mistakes so far, all of the things he's tried to do have kind of just fallen over. So it's pretty much, I think Apocalypse has the momentum at this point. I think he's definitely got the momentum. I wouldn't say he's winning, I wouldn't say he's on top, but I'd say that Apocalypse has the go at the moment. He has that sort of forward momentum going for him, and Deer is kind of like just trying to, he's just saying, alright, what do I got to do to deal with Apocalypse? He's not losing, but I don't think he's in the lead, if that makes any sense. But yeah, the semantics of Starcraft, man, very, very confusing. Here we go, bunch of Medivacs coming in here on the left side, get spotted by the Zealot. Excellent placing of that Zealot, and we do have a Void Ray on the top ground. Going to be chasing these guys away very easily. Meanwhile, a main force, I don't know if they got seen by the pylon, but oh, very, very nice attack right here. Apocalypse, he saw his Medivac got spotted, decided to run his main force in there because he knew the main force of Deer was going to be pulled up to chase that Medivac. So great mind games there, and Apocalypse just making a run for it. Actually going to be shooting down the rocks to block off Deer. And we can see, man, Apocalypse just is so in control in this game. He's so confident. He looks like he knows exactly what he's doing. And Deer, I mean, he looks like he's just, I don't want to say outclassed, but I don't know how else to say it. Strategically, from what I've seen so far, strategically, I'd say that Deer is outclassed. If not outclassed, at least he's having a few things handed to him by Apocalypse so far, and I don't think he's very happy about it. So we'll see. We'll see if Apocalypse can keep on with the beautiful plays. He's got the Ghost coming out, so he's countering the High Templar. There is a Robotics Bay. Whether or not that gets followed up with a Robotics Facility, this is actually called a Robotics Facility, and the other thing's called like a Robotics Bay or so. I don't know. It's confusing as all hell, and I've stopped worrying about it because you guys know what I'm talking about anyway. So one Ghost going down, and Deer has seen the Ghost. Unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, there's no perfect counter for Ghosts. I mean, the best counter is, I don't know, Feedback. Feedback is probably the best counter, so he's already got the best counter in the High Templar to really deal with those. There's really not much else. I mean, Storms and Feedback, just like Marines. Well, obviously Storms just like Marines, but Feedbacks definitely are going to be the counter for the Ghost. So here we go. Nice Storm coming down. The other Storm missing quite drastically, so not the best Storm there, but here we go. With single Marauder and 3 Ghosts coming out. The High Templar, beautiful EMP off on the High Templar. Manages to snipe at least 2. Actually, I think he got 3 High Templar. So Apocalypse not slowing down with the awesome plays here. Bunch of Zealots coming in. Bunch of Reinforcing Marines are going to be able to defend there. Apocalypse going around the far side. He's got a bunch of Medevacs, 5 in total, I think. Potentially enough to do a full drop into the back of Deer's base, but he does know about this force off to the side, and he's playing a risky game here. He knows the main force is over there. Is he thinking about going in for an attack? Well, the thing is, if he goes for an attack, he's risking his third base being undefended. If he stays back, then he risks giving more momentum to Apocalypse, just letting him run crazy. And if he tries to do both, then he's running with weaker forces in both cases. I mean, this force cannot face up against Apocalypse main. I don't think every unit from Deer can face up against Apocalypse main army. He's just got too much at the moment. Where's my army counts here? 129 over 94. Deer is undermanned at the moment. His income is not horrible. I think it's still competitive with Apocalypse, but just been taking too much damage. And I mean, Apocalypse just has the awesome army and just been doing much better stuff. The Ghosts have been impeccable so far. As far as sniping the High Templar, that one got another beautiful hit off. And Deer, I mean, he's got to get the beautiful Storms off, but his Storms most of his Storms have just been missing. He's never got, see, look at that. These Storms, man, I mean, he's just laid down 4 or 5 Storms, only 2 of them got close to doing maximum damage, and even then they were not perfectly centered. So I really think, I mean, fair enough, those snipes from Apocalypse have been absolutely phenomenal this game. Perfect, taking out High Templars. I can honestly say that this is some of the best Ghost work I've ever seen. But putting that aside, I mean, the Storm placement, I've got to say, it leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, a lot of we've never seen that midpoint Storm that covers like 10-15 Marines. We have not seen that pretty much all this game. I have seen Protoss players do that in the past. I have not seen that in this game, and I think that's a lot of the problem, because that is what you need to push the Terran player back. You need to get those center Storms. You need to soften the army up really, really badly so your Zealots can finish them off. He's got a beautiful amount of Zealots, but the Storms, man, I understand Ghosts are sniping you left, right, and center, but the Storms that he does get out are very badly placed, I've got to say. Very badly placed. So he's looking. There we go. That was a beautiful Storm, man. Took a bit of a risk, got a beautiful Storm. Apocalypse just got the hell out of there straight away. So great job there, and that's the sort of stuff he needs to do. Oh, the Ghost going out. The beautiful scans, man. Scans help the Terran players so much. And here we go, he's got a couple more High Templars, another beautiful storm, another beautiful storm. These storms are phenomenal. These storms are so good. It makes up for all the other dodgy storms we saw during this entire game. And look at the bloody Archons coming out, just going nuts on everything. Deer is starting to turn it around. He's still taking a lot of fire to the face, but his play in the last minute has really turned it around quite a bit. Really given him something he can push for. And now he's just got to keep the momentum up. He's got to keep the High Templar coming up. He's got to keep the attacks going. He's got to try and get some sort of advantage. Oh, if he finds out about that base, if he takes that base out, then he is going to be in a phenomenally good position. But right now, this is Apocalypse's hot ace up his sleeve. And if he holds on to that, then I think he's still in a great position to take this game out. So we're going to see, actually. Oh, the Zealot coming around does see this base, and this base is going to have a big old target on its head right now. He's going to need a lot of stuff to take this out, though. A couple of Immortals, I'd say, would be a good start, and as much army as he could possibly get in there to wipe that out. Maybe get a Warp Prism with a couple of Mortals, just drop them all over there, see how it goes, but he really needs to do something about that. He's got his own 4th base, just built it, so at least he's countering this to some degree, but I mean, countering it just keeps him in the game. If he can actually destroy it, then he is going to be awesome. Let's have a look at the upgrades so far. So we do have 3 free for Apocalypse with 1 weapons. We got 2 3 for Deer. And I don't think he has to worry about any other upgrades since he's not really using air anymore, but he's close. This 3 weapons though, did he lose? I don't think he lost a Forge at some point, so maybe he's just been running all these upgrades off 1 Forge. It might explain it. It might explain it why it's still taking so long. So yeah, we'll see though. I mean, he's got to do something. He's got a couple of High Templars up there, so he's obviously thinking storm these guys, and I think he should be able to do it. I don't know, this thing's pretty beefy, he can do a lot of damage. And Apocalypse, man, does he know about the 4th base? No, but he's guessing, and it's a very good guess. Look at this medevac dropping in here. This is the diversionary medevac right here. This is the diversion. And this is Apocalypse trying to get the good thing done, and he did it beautifully. And it didn't matter, the diversion didn't matter because Deer had most of his forces up here already. So now it is going to be either a base race. We have to see who's going to blink first. Deer blinks, but he's got the Mothership core, so it's okay for him to blink because he can walk back straight away. Beautiful storms going on these guys, but I don't know if it's going to matter. There's just so many forces here. They're getting slaughtered, but there's just so many of them that they're still holding on. And Deer, I think Deer's going to be able to clean this up. Unfortunately, the 4th base did go down there. There's still a High Templars, man. I mean, you've got enough energy. You've got to move in there. You've got to do some damage because the sooner you take out those workers, the better it is going to be for you. Here come the High Templars right here. Are they going to get taken out? They're splitting up. Whoa, beautiful storms, and didn't really kill them, but definitely softened them up, and he really needs like a couple of Immortals in there. Managed, SCV's actually going nuts on the High Templar, man. High Templars like this is some bullshit right here, but yeah. If only the other one had survived, they could have turned into an Archon, and they would have been fine. Oh man, Zealots, they're not happy about this as well. Got to get the Archon out there, but they are going to be boosting out of there. So no way the Archon is going to catch it. It's just too damn fat. But I don't know. I really don't know who's in the lead. Oh wait, no, Apocalypse is in the lead. There he goes. Let's have a look at the worker numbers. They're down by quite a bit, but yeah, 102 over 54. This base, I mean, the workers didn't really die. They got softened up, but they didn't really die. And yeah, that gave Apocalypse the advantage. And he's been so good at just getting off his ass and just going out there and destroying bases. I mean, that's something that Deer hasn't really done. I mean, that 4th base was out there for 1,000,000 years, and he never got out and directly attacked it. He put some High Templar out there. They didn't actually really kill workers. They just softened them up. He hasn't sent a big force out like this to actually take out the 4th base. And I mean, the economy for Apocalypse just kept on going for so long. And Deer never got out there and shut it down. But Apocalypse, over and over again, he was out there, he was shutting down the economy of Deer. And just did a fantastic job. So, there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Oh man, I need a drink. Oh. Bloody throat thing. Anyway, moving on. This has been a Daily Masters game. I hope you enjoyed it. there will be another one coming out tomorrow, and yes, it will be awesome. So stay tuned for that. This has been Harry Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.